Welcome everyone. Today I will give you a demo of RapidFacto software. RapidFacto is a manufacturing execution system software which helps you in maintaining quality management system documentation such as batch manufacturing records, raw material test reports, purchase orders, product transfer slip, machine preventive maintenance records, etc. RapidFacto is a cloud-based software, so you can access it from anywhere and from any device. This is our dashboard. Compared to other softwares, our software is the easiest to use and any of your workers can learn it within 30 minutes. Here you can see all your pending tasks, such as in my case, one purchase order is pending, one batch is currently pending QC. You can also see all the upcoming preventive maintenances in your premises. With the software, you will be able to maintain all your raw material and packing material specifications and their test protocols. When you click on Raw Material Specifications option under the Materials heading, you will be able to see a list of all your raw materials. The system will automatically generate a unique code to each of your raw materials. Here you can see the unique code along with the material name and its specification. Using the Add New button on the top right corner, you will be able to add a new raw material. The same thing you will be able to do for your packing materials as well. The system will automatically generate a unique code to each packing material and you will be able to see its name and its specification there. Similarly, you will also be able to add a new packing material using the Add New button on the. Once you have entered the raw materials, you can maintain the approved vendor list for each material. If you go to All Suppliers list under the Suppliers heading, you will be able to see all your suppliers and the material they are approved in. You can add a new supplier using the Add New Supplier button under the heading Suppliers. Here all the details of your new supplier will be added, including their GST certificate, contact details and the quality documents they are currently maintaining. Once you have sorted our suppliers and raw materials, the next step is to add model of your finished goods. If you go to the All Products tab, you will be able to see all your models, and if you click on the View button, you will be able to see its specification, bill of material, manufacturing steps, IPQC parameters and testing protocol. I will go over them one by one. This is the general information of your model. It will include your product ID, generic name, drawing ID if you have, product size and the sterility information. The next would be the bill of material for raw materials. You will be able to see all the raw materials which will be required to make the product. Similarly, there's a tab for packing materials as well. Then the step is for manufacturing. All the steps of manufacturing which are required in your product you will be able to add. You will also be able to add all the in-process quality control parameters. For example, in the first step, which is the size parting, the equipment cutter is used and the IPQC parameter is visually checked that it shall be cut as per the drawing. The next step is the testing protocol. You will be able to add all the specifications of your product along with the expected result and the testing protocol. Once you have configured your models and ready to start production, the first step would be sending a purchase order. You can create a purchase order using the software and can also see the list of all purchase orders you have sent along with their current status. For example, against PO number 3, the status is currently tested. However, under purchase order number 6, we can see that material has been ordered but it has not been inspected or received yet. Once you receive the material, you will click on Material Received. Now it will give you an option to inspect the material. Once you click on Inspect, you will be required to input the quantity received against the quantity ordered and then mark it as acceptable and submit. Once preliminary inspection has been done, it will give you an option to test the material. This is the same testing we decided while making the raw material specifications. You will be asked to input the actual result against the expected result. You need to enter the result of your observations and then accept or reject the material. Once you accept any material, it will automatically generate preliminary inspection reports and the testing reports. You can click on download to download your material testing reports. This will also automatically add it to our inventory. If you go to the current material inventory, you will be able to see a list of all your current raw materials along with their quantity. If you click on the plus button, you will be able to see all the different batches from which it has been ordered, and you can also see their testing reports. Finally, now we can start manufacturing the product. You first have to enter the brand name, the packaging size, an internal batch number, Then the batch size, expected batches, for example, we are going to make 15,000 pieces. We need to select the model which you are going to manufacture and any remarks. This will also show you the material availability. For example, for manufacturing 15,000 pieces, we currently don't have the adequate amount of poly pouches. If I was to reduce this value to 1500, you can see that all the materials are now green. That means we can manufacture the product and we have all the raw materials which are required for it. Once you click on next, it will ask you to send a request for the raw materials. It will automatically calculate how many quantity of each of the materials you will require to manufacture. Once you click on request, the request will automatically be sent to the store department and they will see a page like this. There they will get an option to transfer the material. As you can see, we had requested 2 raw materials. They will get an option to allocate inventory. They can use an auto assign button to automatically follow FIFO in the store. Similarly, they need to do for all the raw materials which have been requested. Once they have sent all the raw materials, the next step is requesting the packaging material. Same thing, we had informed the software how many packaging materials is required for 10 pieces of the model. So it is automatically calculating for 1500 pieces. The same step is to be followed. The request will be sent to the store and they will be given an option to auto assign the product. As you can see, this time we had to take raw materials from 2 batches. One had 885 pieces and the other one had 1190 pieces. So it was automatically assigned using the 2 inventories available. Once we have received all the raw materials and the packing materials, finally we will be able to manufacture the product. While making models, we had decided that first step would be size parting. It will ask us the machine which you are going to use in order to manufacture the product. You can select multiple machines as well. They need to enter who has done the manufacturing steps. You can add multiple people here. The moment you click on start step, it will take the timestamp of that time. It will also show you a possibility to start the in-process quality checks. Once you click on start IPQC, it will ask you for the observation. As you can see, the expected result was this. I am going to copy paste the same result. Also, you need to mention here who has done this IPQC step and the machines on which the IPQC has been performed. For example, let's say you are using 10 different machines at the same time. You need to do IPQC for all those machines. Once you click on submit IPQC, it will also know the time when the IPQC was done. As I mentioned, you can be doing IPQC on 10 machines. So we have given an option to repeat an IPQC. If you click on repeat IPQC, it will allow us to repeat an in-process quality control check on a different machine. And since we already have an option to enter the machine number, we can enter the new machine number along with the result which we have observed and the person who has conducted the IPQC check and submit the QC step. Once all the IPQC parameters have been done, we can then mark the step as done and submit the IPQC report. As you can see, now it is showing that step 1 size parting has been completed. The next step is paint marking. We need to select the machines on which we will be doing the activity. Let's say we have selected 2 machines this time and this step has been done by me only. Once I click on start step, it will again show us the in-process quality checks. As in manufacturing, sometimes the IPQC is only done after the batch step has been conducted. So another option I would like to tell you is the rejected quantity. Supposedly, if any amount of material is rejected during the time of manufacturing, you can click on the rejected quantity option, enter the value and click on update. Similarly, once the step is done, you can mark the step is done and then start the IPQC process. Same thing, we will mention the observation, name of the person who has conducted the IPQC check and the machine ID on which it was done. You can submit the QC and submit the IPQC report. Once you have done with all the manufacturing steps, the intimation will automatically be sent to the QC department to conduct testing. Now the QC department will input the value they are going to take for testing the product. Let's say they decide to take 20 pieces. Now the QC team can test the finished goods. These are the same testing parameters we had mentioned while we made the model. They need to click on start step. They can also start multiple steps at the same time. They need to enter the observation and if there is any rejected quantity. Same thing for the second step. Once they are done with one step, they need to click on submit observation. The same will be done for the third step as well. Like in this step, they need to mention the core diameter and the testing protocol is to check the diameter using screw gauge and the expected result is 3.2 mm. You can enter this, enter the rejected quantity if any and submit observation. Once all the testing has been done, they are given an option to submit the testing report. Here you can see all the batch details and the finished good testing repeats. Finally, they have an option to pass or fail a batch. They can also enter the return quantity. For example, they had taken 20 pieces when they started testing, but they didn't have to use 5 pieces. So they can return the 5 pieces to the batch. Once they click on submit, they will ask for a final confirmation. And now there will be an option to request store transfer of the product. They will request the store transfer, and it will also tell you the yield summary that we have made 98% of the expected yield. A request to store will be processed. The store will accept the material, and then you can go to the inventory. Once the batch manufacturing has been completed, you will be able to see all the reports associated with the product starting from the batch manufacturing record. Once you download the batch manufacturing record, it will give you all the brief information, raw material requisition request, raw material receipt, packing material request, packing material receipt, all the manufacturing steps which are performed along with the timestamps and the machines, then all the IPQC which has been performed, then the yield summary, the request for the product transfer to store, acceptance of product transfer. Then next reports you can download is individually raw material requisition report, raw material transfer report, product transfer report. For example, this is the one store will generate. You can see that batch number BN17 manufactured on this date, 1470 quantity has been transferred to store. You can also download the finished good test report. Once you click on download, you will be able to see all the testing which has been performed. For example, core diameter, what was the test protocol, what was the expected result, what was the actual result, the timestamp at which it was conducted, and was conducted by whom, and if there was any rejected quantity. Now you can go to the finished good inventory option and check all the materials which are currently having in stock. Once you click on plus, you will be able to see all the different batches against. For example, we had just now made BN number 7. So you can see all the details of that batch here. And now a few minor options we have added to the software with the machines. You can add a new machine using this option, and you can see a list of all your machines. If you click on plus, it will show you an option to perform activity. Once you perform activity, you need to mention this activity was done by whom and the date it was done, and click on submit. Once you click on submit, you can go on to maintenance records, and you will be able to see all the maintenance which has been done on the machine.